What were you like as a teenager? Because I was so obsessed with you. I was so girl crush. I was so freaked out.
I feel like I was obsessed with you when you were a
What?
teenager.
You didn't even know I was alive. At least that's what I thought. I followed you everywhere, and we had no internet. There was no way to find people when we were growing up.
You were in the movies.
But I was like, okay, I knew about your family. I thought you came from such an interesting history with your father and his practices and bringing Buddhism to the forefront, and that you seemed to me someone aspirational for me because I felt like I grew up in a very bohemian way, unorthodox.
I'd say mine was also really bohemian and unorthodox.
That's what I projected onto you.
Yeah. I'd say that we look really very super interesting, you know?
Well, I mean, what did you feel like when you were like that teenager running around? You were coming out onto the arena. People, I mean, you really were like the girl. Like everybody was so in love with you. I mean, I
didn't experience that, of course.
It didn't feel that way.
No. But I mean, I was excited that I like found something that I could do that I fell in love with, like acting.
How did you find it?
I had it in my head, and I think maybe also, which is a pretty classic and cliche, I was quite dyslexic and very frustrated at school, and I would end up being in plays. And I think that's also how like I fell in love with language, was through memorizing it. And so I was always in the play, and that is often where like the kind of more geeky, you know, the sort of slightly outsider kids wind up in theater club, you know, theater kids.
Yeah.
So I kind of became a theater kid, and it just went that way.
Well, it went and went and went. And I mean, literally, you really were such an icon. You are such an icon. And in fact, can we celebrate the things you've put out into the world with a little game I like to call BTS?
Okay.
It's behind the scenes with Thurman! I always scream it too because I get so excited.
Sweet.
I mean, this was like after. This is, you know, you're very established at this point. You are Uma Thurman. We all know and love you and have seen you in a lot of things, but you also come out with this classic, Dangerous Liaisons. What was doing that film like? Is there a core memory you have, something that jumps up in your head when I talk about it?
It was really overwhelming because there was Michelle Pfeiffer and there's Glenn Close and John Malkovich and Swoozie Kurtz and Keanu Reeves and all these people.
A young Keanu Reeves.
A young, really incredibly handsome and amazing. I just remember him from then. He was a real gentleman.
I couldn't agree more. I did a film
with just a totally pure guy.
Him in Babes in Toyland in Munich, Germany. I was like 11 or 12, and he was the most consummate gentleman.
Consummate. Yep.
Like, just the nicest person.
Yeah.
Still is, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah, he's just a good guy.
He's a good person.
But, so you're with all these people.
So anyway, I was with all these people, and like, you know, I'd taken acting classes. I'd been in my plays and in my theater clubs at school, but you know, there was these consummate actors, and it was just so daunting. One funny moment I do remember was I was doing this scene with Glenn Close, and I was like on the floor, and I was like trying to deal and like create emotion, and I was working so hard, and I was, I think, always slightly embarrassed that I was a novice and a bad actress. Mm-hmm. Like, do you know what I mean? I was trying to work through my shame of like, I know I'm not good at this and I'm trying so hard. But I said to her in between takes, because I was like, just be honest about it, Thurman, you know. So I said, do you have any advice? And she looked at me in her beautiful outfit and she said, try less hard.
Every director I've ever worked with.
And I was like, she's telling me the truth.
But where you didn't need to hold back and you did everything so pitch, Academy Award nomination, perfect, Pulp Fiction.
That was really fun. And I was, you know, I was thinking about dancing also, you know, and I was always a really bad dancer. And then, so I had it as like a real phobia. And I remember telling Quentin and John, I was like, I can't dance, and I can't dance in front of people. I'm too shy.
And with John Travolta.
And with John Travolta. But, you know, it's good to have a good partner. It's very helpful to have a good partner.
Okay.
And like John and Quentin like figured out the dances, and then like I don't know, that's why I love acting, is that you get lost in your part, and you're all of a sudden you're not the awkward person who hates their body. You're like, yeah, let's go. I'm somebody else.
I mean, it was a revelation, that movie, and you in it on the poster, sort of really representing this film, and
Quentin chose that image for the poster. That was Tarantino.
It's so perfect because you're so with a Mona Lisa smile on it, alluring and beautiful, and it gives such a welcoming, like seductive vibe, and I think it was a perfect choice. I think also he's one of the most important filmmakers, but then one of his most beloved 2-volume, film is none other than Kill Bill. Okay, when you saw that outfit for the first time,
well, it wasn't quite like that the first time I saw it.
What was it?
It was a onesie from the airport in Japan of the Bruce Lee costume. And I had just had my son, and I was losing weight, but I hadn't lost it. And so I put on the onesie, and I was like, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. And Quentin was like, stop acting like a clown. And I was like, well, you dressed me like a clown. But anyway, we figured it out. I mean, I did a lot of exercise, and we separated the top and made it work for a girl.
That's right. We'll be right back.